Nalini Vishwakumar is a strict, widowed Indian mother raising her teen daughter the only way she knows how, with an iron fist. A medical professional by day, she strives to make their San Fernando Valley home a fortress of tradition and discipline, enforcing lessons learned from her upbringing in India. She's also pushing her academically gifted daughter toward an Ivy League education because, according to Nalini, being an average American kid is not enough. Normal teenagers end up in prison, or worse, working at Jersey Mike's. Opposite Maitreyi Ramakrishnan as the rebellious Devi in Netflix's coming-of-age comedy, Never Have I Ever, actor Poorna Jagannathan is so convincing as Nalini that one might expect the portrayal to be drawn in part from real life, but not so, when her own freshly woken teen comes shuffling down the stairs at their Culver City home at 1 p.m. In search of breakfast, Jagannathan hugged her boy and tousled his bedhead instead of reading him the riot act. Then she turned to me and whispered, "Well, the secret's out. I'm not Nalini." If acting is Jagannathan's calling, challenging stereotypes is her superpower. She's been poking holes in stock depictions of brown, Asian and immigrant women with smaller roles in TV's most talked about series for the better part of a decade: House of Cards, Better Call Saul, Big Little Lies, The Night of Ramy. Defending Jacob. But with Never Have I Ever, whose second season premieres Thursday, Jagannathan moves from the margins, where so many women of color continue to be relegated, to the center of the story. Jagannathan embodies much of what made Mindy, Kaling and Lang Fisher's young adult comedy about an Indian-American high schooler a breakthrough series when it debuted last year, from its innate understanding and brilliant comedic manipulation of first-per-second-generation culture clash to its nuanced portrayal of how grief, anger and fierce family love shape our lives. Nalini could have easily been a composite of stereotypes: an unyielding South Asian parent, a successful Indian doctor, a dutiful daughter-in-law. But in Jagannathan's hands, she's a refreshing representation of the realities behind cultural typecasting. The problem with stereotypes is not that they are untrue, but that they are incomplete. Yes, Devi is an overachieving, nerdy Indian American girl and Nalini is a tiger mom with zero capacity for finding middle ground, said Jagannathan, 48. But they are all so much more than that. And that's what makes this character so fulfilling to play. You see Nalini's desires, her vulnerability, her grief alongside her relentlessly strict parenting. You see her as a three-dimensional person, something that American TV rarely affords minorities. Born in Tunisia to Indian parents, Jagannathan moved around the world because of her father's career track as an ambassador, with stints in Ireland, Pakistan, Argentina, India, the US and Brazil.